Now, this may be the unpopular opinion, but when people ask me, what's the most romantic thing you can give to another person? I always just have one answer. Every day. What? What? I'm usually greeted with blank faces and blank stares just like that. I get it. I get it. Every day is not romantic. Every day is concrete. Every day is scary. Every day is not romantic. Every day isn't as good looking as his older brothers, always, forever, and until the end of my life, which managed to make it to the end of every I love you uttered in this world. I will love you always. I will love you forever. I will love you until the end of my life, but I will love you every day. No one says that. No one says every day because every day is scary and every day is romantic. But even though this is the unpopular opinion, I think it's pretty romantic. And if it's fine, that's exactly what I think I want to be able to give to you someday. If I may. If I may, I would love to give you every day. If I may, let me love you. And if you do, I promise there won't be any more mundane moments in your life. Not to say that every date that we'll ever have together will be filled with fireworks in the night sky. No, maybe just on New Year's. I'll pretend that I bought the fireworks for you. No, I don't have that much money. But when I say no mundane moments, I mean dinner will never just be dinner. Conversation will never just be conversation. And when I utter the words, I love you, I will mean it from the bottom of my heart. Let me love you. And I promise I will choose you the same way I chose my first Pokemon. No, wait. People think it's funny when I try to compare love and Pokemon, but I don't think it's funny. I mean, isn't love a lot like fire, water, and grass, really? I mean, when you see that person for the first time, she walks into the room, doesn't it feel like there's an actual burning sensation in your chest that makes you want to be the very best? And when you finally get to speak to them, doesn't it feel like a scratch, a slash, an ember, a fire blast, a flamethrower, a seismic dose, a strength hitting you all at the same time? Isn't love a lot like water? Aren't we made up of water? Don't we let water out when we sweat? But that's not good enough for us. Don't you drink water? Don't you take a bath in water when it freezes over? Don't you dance on water? Don't you play in the rain? Isn't love like that? Aren't we made up of love? Don't we love giving out love? Don't we love being in love? Isn't love like grass? Isn't it just out there? Don't you step on it even though you don't get to notice it? Isn't it beautiful to watch it grow from something so small to something so big, and when it dies, doesn't a little part of you die inside also? Let me love you, and I will love you, and I will choose you the same way I chose my first Pokemon. Let me love you! And I promise whenever you're sad or happy, sleepy or hungry, or all of the above, I will be there to fill your stomach and heart with love. And if you're thirsty, I will be there to quench your thirst, not just with love, but with wine or beer, or if you're like me, iced tea. Because I love iced tea. Let me love you, and the only thing you ever have to be frightened about are the horror movies that we will watch together. I will close my eyes too when you're not looking. Let me love you, and even though it's physically impossible to give you a ring as big as Saturn's, I want to show the world that I will love you more than just on this earth. Let me love you because I think you're like the sun. Because I think you're brilliant, you're bold, and you're beautiful. Now, this may be the unpopular opinion, but when people ask me, what's the most romantic thing I can give to another person, I always just have one answer. So if you let me, if I may, let me give you all of these days. Let me give you all my Mondays, and I promise you no more mundane moments in your life. Let me give you all my Tuesdays, and I will choose you the same way I chose my first Pokemon. Unsure at first, unbelievably excited, but like it was the greatest decision I would ever have to make in my life. Let me give you all my Wednesdays, and whenever you're sad or happy, I will be there for you. On all my Thursdays, let me quench your thirst for love, water, wine, and drink. All my Fridays, and the only thing you ever have to be frightened about are the horror movies we'll watch together. All my Saturdays, because I want to give you Saturn, this Earth, this entire universe. Let me give you all my Sundays because, God, I think you're like the sun. You're brilliant, you're bold, you're beautiful, you're alive, and you give me life. People think it's funny when I say every day is the most romantic thing I can give to other people, but I think it is. So if you let me, if I may, let me give you all these days. If you let me, If I may, I do hope I'm not in over my head with this. I do hope you let me start today.